Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and today I am doing another speed build. And for the speed build, I decided to build in Mount Komorebi. I kind of wanted to do something that was kind of like, I personally just really like the Scandinavian contemporary kind of like look. And so I kind of wanted to do something that kind of replicated that. I mean, it's not perfect because, I'm not an expert on the exact, look of the Scandinavian stuff, but just like the vibe of it is kind of, I really like it. And I figured the best place to build that kind of style, or that would at least like match that kind of style, was Mount Komorebi, especially like where the like more fancier houses are. I feel like that kind of matched. But I didn't want to attempt to like make a house that really suited the Japanese style of Mount Komorebi, because I am definitely absolutely not an expert at all on the Japanese kind of style and whatnot. So I just stuck with kind of making sure it fit the vibes and whatnot. But with this build, I also was trying to make sure I didn't make it too big, because I feel like I have the tendency with my builds to like go too big and then I like struggle to fill up the space. So I tried to make it pretty small. I wish I chose maybe a different lot or something, because after I already got through like the shell of the house and everything, I realized that there's not going to be much of a yard, and it's not that big of a house. So I should have I could have made a smaller house, but I had already committed at this point. But I wanted to do a house that had like a lot of natural tones, which is kind of like that Scandinavian style. There's like a lot of natural neutral tones to it. So I wanted the main part of the house to have that like wood color. I really struggled with the roofing here because I hate when it goes over and like it only goes over half of the wall. So it like has like, it just, as you can, that just bothers me so much. So I had to like do some maneuvering and whatnot to kind of fix that. I don't even remember if I actually fully fixed it or not, or if I just gave up. I did fix it. I honestly didn't remember. I didn't build this that long ago, but my memory recall is like not that great at all. And this is one of the first builds that I really have been using platforms, because like platforms, it's just a struggle for me personally. But I think it looked really nice because I wanted to have like stairs, but then I didn't want it to be like on a foundation. So I figured platforms would be the best option for that. Just to give it a little bit of, something going on with it there. And I really like the way I did the front entry too, like having it in that little like archway situation. I really like that. I just really like the outside of this house a lot. Like I really like the outside of it. I think it just looks really nice. And so I was really happy with that. At least the inside, I think I did pretty well too. I used a good bit of the high school years pack because I just recently got that, because after the whole debacle with the wedding pack and everything, and I actually bought the wedding pack like right when it came out, and it's basically ruined my game like a lot of other people, where it's like pretty much impossible to do weddings now. So I was very hesitant to go and get the high school years pack after it was already released, and I definitely did not want to pay full price for it, just because I was really scared that it would basically ruin my game. So I decided not to get it right away. So I got it during Black Friday when it was on sale. So I used a good bit of the high school years pack because, for one, I think the furniture is actually really nice. And also, obviously, it's very new. So, a lot of the stuff was catching my eye because I'm like, oh, this is new. I haven't seen this before. you know, I feel like I make the same rooms over and over and over again. So I felt like, you know, definitely gonna try and use some of this stuff to make it like a little bit different. But like usual, as you can see, this room is pretty neutral with it, the colors and whatnot. I do end up making a little bit of adjustment here by like making that a little bit bigger, just because I felt like there wasn't enough room and I wanted it to have, like, even though obviously there is a closet, I just like the look of a dresser in the room too, just to give like it something else, so it has like a little bit more furniture and what there. And just, you know, also it completes a little matching set, so that's nice too. But I think I might, because obviously I just got the high school years pack and everything, I think I might do a build where I use like a lot more of it, because from the little bit that I have used, I really like the pieces and everything. I mean, this house, obviously, like I said, I kind of already prefaced this where I do use a lot of it in this pack, but like I think it would be nice to maybe like try and do like the different styles and stuff that you can possibly do with the high school years pack, because I think there's like, I think you could probably do and get away with like a lot of different things. And some of the things I found were like very specific, like you're making this for a very specific themed room and stuff, like it's not as neutral. So I might possibly in the future do a build where I like kind of go in that and like do like very specific kind of vibe builds or whatnot there. But I haven't actually done any gameplay with high school years pack, partially because I'm kind of afraid of like really doing anything with it so it doesn't like completely destroy my game. But then also like the last thing I kind of want to do is do everything for my sim when it comes to like high school stuff. Like I don't really want to do that, I don't think. And then also like the only game that at this point, or the only like let's play situation that I have at this point that like I could possibly do that right now is the 100 baby challenge, because that's the only time I'm really playing gameplay that actually has teenagers at this point, and I definitely don't want to make that harder for myself. So you know, definitely will probably avoid that for now. I might try and maybe play it off camera or something, I don't know, but it's just the idea of like actually doing all of the stuff and everything. It's not necessarily ideal, but I have a really bad problem with using the dream home decorator stuff. Like I don't think I have built a build in a very long time that doesn't have at least one thing from the dream home decorator, whatever it's called, pack. And that is actually another pack that I actually have never done the gameplay. I honestly feel like I buy packs nowadays just for the things. That's honestly one of the driving factors of me buying the wedding pack. I really didn't like care that much about the gameplay, and obviously I was already seeing and hearing about like some of the bugs even before it officially came out, because obviously there's a lot of simmers and stuff that were talking about it and whatnot. But I really wanted the stuff in it, so I went ahead and bought it anyways. Absolutely regret it, but then at the same time I really like the stuff that comes with it. So that's just like the biggest problem, is when you like the stuff but then don't like the gameplay. I feel like there should be a way where you can get the stuff but like not have to deal with it like completely destroying your game, so you can still enjoy the gameplay of it. But like I said, I did try to add a little bit of color here. So we do have an orange couch. You know, it adds a little bit of color. But then in the bedroom, in that first bedroom, I did do like some like pinky, peachy kind of walls and stuff. And in this room, I decided to make it into like a little kid's room. And so I did try to add some color in with this. And I decided, since the main bedroom, the master bedroom, it kind of has like a pinky peachy vibe, so we'll go like even more pink in this room basically. And I never really use like patterned walls because I just don't know how to like make it look good, but I figured I could use that little like confetti wall and then make the rest of the walls just a solid pink. But like I said, I wanted to try and like do more color than what I normally would do. And that's that little teddy bear situation, little like a wolf teddy bear is literally, I'm pretty sure, the only thing from the new werewolf pack that I put in this build. So that could always just be replaced if you don't have that as well. But I actually really liked a lot of the clutter pieces that came with the high school years pack. I thought that was really nice. I feel like I keep on talking about the packs just because even though they're not technically new, they're very new to me. So I'm just like, oh yeah, that was really, really nice. And I honestly didn't watch that much as far as like people actually playing it or even building with it. I've watched a few builds with it, but not that many. And then for this room, anyways, I decided to kind of make it again have like some like pinky peachy kind of tones, but like obviously for like an older person, like either could be an adult that's still living at home or like a teenager or whatever. I just wanted to have it like be a little bit more mature and whatnot, but still keep that pink vibe. And then I just added in a little wellness stool, so just to honestly fill up the space, really. And then above that dresser, I really like the idea of having like a nice little mirror there, and so like I struggled with trying to find a mirror that like really fit that, because I wanted it to come like really, really close to the actual dresser, like really far down, almost like it would be like looking like a one like set or whatever. But it was really hard to find that, so I struggled with that for a little bit. But anyways, the bathroom, I absolutely love the flooring in the high school years pack. That flooring looks amazing. Like that might be my new favorite like bathroom tiled flooring, so definitely expect to see that in future builds. But as far as the mirror and everything, I ended up settling for that mirror just because like that was the closest thing that I can get to what I was imagining, because I didn't want to use the full length mirrors because I wanted it to have some sort of frame. But anyways, I always try and remember nowadays to like replace the lights, because a lot of times I just forget to replace the lights, because obviously those I don't know what they're called, like the little circular lights that everyone typically uses, especially when they're building just to get lighting, they're just really nice and they put out a lot of light, so I just like using them a lot. I just feel like the other lights don't put out as much light a lot of times, and if they do, they're typically pretty expensive. But I also used the little curtains that came with the little kit, the desert kit. I don't know the full names of these kits. Like, that's a problem. I should probably like actually learn the full names, but that desert kit, those curtains are amazing. I absolutely love them so much. And then for the last little bit, I decided to try and like mimic the like terrain basically that was surrounding Mount Komorebi. So I like literally just tried to find like the same plants and everything that I was seeing around in like the world and everything. And then I just try to like make it so it like really fit the theme, and that actually made the landscaping so much easier, because normally I'm just kind of like going off of just randomness and just trying to find whatever, but actually just like mimicking what I was seeing helped so much when it came to landscaping, because that is not my strong suit. But nonetheless, I am slowly but surely just doing some last minute touch-ups and finishing up this little build. I think I go in and just try and add a few more clutter pieces and whatnot to it, just to make sure that, you know, it looks nice and cohesive, like some sim family actually lives there and whatnot. Because that's another thing I forget a lot, is just to clutter. Because it's just like, after I spend all that time building and then furnishing it, I'm like, Do I really feel like cluttering it? Not that much. But I think it does typically look better when there's some clutter there, because it just looks, more like a regular house. But anyways, like I said, the video is coming to an end. So if you'd like this video, you can give it a thumbs up. You can also do a little comment down below, and you can also subscribe to my channel if you really want to. But thanks again for watching, guys. I will see you soon. Bye!